summer, we have increased heat and humidity, which can cause a lot of problems for our feed if we're not storing it correctly. So it becomes even more important that we have correct feed storage to maintain freshness and nutritional value of our feeds. When you bring your feed into the barn, if it's not directly going into a bin of some description, it's best to make sure that the feed is raised up off the floor. So you can use a skid or something else that's going to keep the feed up off of a concrete floor or off of the feed room floor and promote some air circulation under the bag. If we don't do this, we can run into trouble with concrete floors sweating and getting condensation under the bag, which can cause mold problems in the feed. If you do bring your feed into the barn and pour it into a different container, it's good to have something like this that is watertight and airtight to maintain freshness of your feed. It'll keep pests out of your feed as well as maintaining fresher feed and keeping excess moisture out. When you bring feed in, it's important to use a first in and first out inventory system, so you're rotating your feed. You use up all of the old feed before adding any new feed to your bin. And occasionally when you're doing those rotations, it's a good idea to thoroughly clean and dry your feed bin out so you don't have any buildup or residue in the bottom of the bin that can contaminate the new feed when you bring it in. When you're choosing a feed room location in your barn, if you have a steel building, it's a good idea to avoid west or south facing walls, as these walls can end up with extra heat as there's more sun on these walls typically, and that extra heat can cause your feed to spoil faster. You also want to make sure you're avoiding any excess moisture. So we don't want to have any sweating pipes or leaky hoses or anything like that close to your feed.